Genius is never understood in its own time. If people sat outside and looked at the stars each night, I'll bet they'd live a lot differently. Rainy days should be spent at home with a cup of tea and a good book. To invent your own life's meaning is not easy, but it's still allowed, and I think you'll be happier for the trouble. Know what's weird? Day by day, nothing seems to change. But pretty soon, everything's different. If people looked at the stars each night, they'd live a lot differently. When you look into infinity, you realize that there are more important things than what people do all day. We're so busy watching out for what's just ahead of us that we don't take time to enjoy where we are. There is not enough time to do all the nothing we want to do. Creating a life that reflects your values and satisfies your soul is a rare achievement. Once it's too late, you appreciate what a miracle life is. If good things lasted forever, would we appreciate how precious they are? I let my mind wander and it didn't come back. A playful mind is inquisitive, and learning is fun. If you indulge your natural curiosity and retain a sense of fun in new experience, I think you'll find it functions as a sort of shock absorber for the bumpy road ahead. I think we dream so we don't have to be apart so long. If we're in each other's dreams, we can play together all night. Letting your mind play is the best way to solve problems. That's one of the remarkable things about life. It's never so bad that it can't get worse. The truth is, most of us discover where we are headed when we arrive. From now on, I'll connect the dots my own way. A day can really slip by when you're deliberately avoiding what you're supposed to do. If you can't control your peanut butter, you can't expect to control your life. Things are never quite as scary when you've got a best friend. People think it must be fun to be a super genius, but they don't realize how hard it is to put up with all the idiots in the world. Sometimes when I'm talking, my words can't keep up with my thoughts. I wonder why we think faster than we speak. Probably so we can think twice. That's the difference between me and the rest of the world. Happiness isn't good enough for me. I demand euphoria. I suppose if we couldn't laugh at things that don't make sense, we couldn't react to a lot of life. There's more to this world than just people, you know. I hate to think that all my current experiences will someday become stories with no point. You will do well to cultivate the resources in yourself that bring you happiness outside of success or failure. If you do the job badly enough, sometimes you don't get asked to do it again. You mix a bunch of ingredients, and once in a great while, chemistry happens. Tomorrow will not only seize the day, we'll throttle it. As far as I'm concerned, if something is so complicated that you can't explain it in 10 seconds, then it's probably not worth knowing anyway. The problem with the future is that it keeps turning into the present. When life gives you lemons, chunk it right back. Isn't it sad how some people's grip on their lives is so precarious that they'll embrace any preposterous delusion rather than face an occasional bleak truth? History is the fiction we invent to persuade ourselves that events are knowable and that life has order and direction. That's why events are always reinterpreted when values change. We need new versions of history to allow for our current prejudices. Why does man create? Is it man's purpose on earth to express himself, to bring form to thought, and to discover meaning in experience? Or is it just something to do when he's bored? When you look into infinity, you realize there are more important things than what people do all day. We all have different desires and needs, but if we don't discover what we want from ourselves and what we stand for, we will live passively and unfulfilled. The real fun of living wisely is that you get to be smug about it.